Hello and welcome to another edition of Talking Smack here on gobsmackcomics.co.uk. I'm Drew Jusel, and with me this week are Stuart Fulbrook and Pete Lidbetter.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, it is. It seems that we're running out of other people to have on the podcast. I don't know what happened to them all. We had lots at one point, and now it's just us.
Yeah,
we're alone.
Happened? What's happened to the
popularity? Stardom's got gone to their head.
Well, or maybe that they were just so boring no one else wants to listen to them. Or us.
It's probably that one.
So we are recording on the day when England beat Wales. Well done, England. I closed the shop for a little while today to watch football, which was always fun. It's good owning your own business, so you can do what the fuck you like. Put a sign on the door that said, I'm just over there in the pub. If anyone comes to the door, I'll be looking out. Don't go away.
Did it work?
Yeah, a couple of people came to the shop while I was watching the football, and I went and served them, and then went back out and watched the football again. So that was quite handy. Other than that, news that we have is that as of the 28th of this month, Gobsmack Comics will be closing in Peary's Place, and on the 2nd of July will be opening in Swan Walk. So
yay!
It's a new chapter in the history of Gobsmack Comics.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, or sideways. And
yeah, sideways, just across to the left, maybe.
Sideways with a slight incline. But any incline is good, whether it be slight or otherwise. So let's crack on with some stuff. Pete.
Yes.
What have you been up to since our last amazing podcast?
Well.
I
went and watched the new Turtles movie.
Okay, let's move on.
I knew you'd say that, so I watched something else. I also watched the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which was hilarious.
I kind of wanted to watch that.
Wait, hang on. Stop. You went and watched the new Turtles movie?
Yeah.
Verdict is?
In the cinema?
In the cinema.
You paid money?
Well, I had a buy one, get one free ticket, so it only cost me £5.
But did you buy one, or did you get one free?
Well, no, it was buy one, get one free, so me and my friend, we split the cost. Because I'm nice like that.
Was it good, though?
I actually enjoyed it.
That doesn't answer the question.
No, it was really good. I thought it was better than the first one, I think. But the only thing that let it down...
You think?
Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
You always interrupt.
No, I don't.
Doesn't he always interrupt?
Yes. What? Continue.
Yeah.
But do you think it's better than the first one? Please, carry on.
Thank you. I think it was better than the first one in regards to... I think a lot of people didn't like the first one because it was so different than what the original cartoons was. That makes sense. They didn't like it because Michael Bay did his stamp on it.
They changed Shredder too much.
I thought people didn't like the first one because it was crap.
No, it was good.
It was not good.
It was good.
It was so bad they had to rewrite 3/4 of it after it was finished.
It was good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the second one I feel was slightly better than the first one because the story had already been developed. We knew where it was going, so they jumped straight into the storyline. Only thing I didn't like was Krang.
I thought that was the only reason you said it was going to be good.
Well, that's what I thought it was. That's why it was quite surprising that I enjoyed the movie for other reasons than what I was hoping to enjoy it for.
Rocksteady and Bebop were good, were they?
They were brilliant. They were fantastic. So much so I want to read the comic.
What, the
Bebop and Rocksteady destroy everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Not just some things.
Everything. Ice cream.
I can hear the ice cream van again. It's good to know that the ice cream van still comes round.
Our studio.
Yes. We have. He comes personally to the estate. Our estate, not council estate, of course. We wouldn't live on one of them.
What about Stephen Amell? Any good as Casey Jones?
I bet he's just the Arrow. with a bit more sense of humour.
No, he's got to be more upbeat than Arrow.
He was better than I thought he'd be. I thought he was going to be more of Arrow, but when he first turns up, she's like, "Who are you?" As it's been to go, "My name is Oliver Queen, and I've been stranded." And I was like,
How many
"Wait for it."
flashbacks were there?
None.
Oh,
Yeah, no flashbacks.
Didn't go onto an island at some point.
No.
Well, I don't believe you. I still think it's going to be shit. But you're obviously entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, it may be wrong in your eyes, but
No,
it's
no,
still
not
an
in my
opinion.
eyes. Just
The entire
you're just wrong.
populace of the
Yeah,
world.
You're just wrong as wrong can be. You're absolutely dripping with wrongability.
Well,
Wrongability.
it was good. They've left it open for a third.
Hooray! Maybe they should tie it into the Transformers universe, and then there'll be two things that be together that I would have to not worry about at all in any way. So there'll be two things I can avoid seeing at the same time. Stu.
hello.
Oh, hang on, wait. Actually, not you. I want to hear what the other thing was. What was the other
Yeah, I
thing
was
again?
going to say, I want to...
Oh, the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Ah,
Yes.
I thought that looked quite good.
It was pretty good, actually. Well worth a watch. Definitely. Some pretty funny bits in it, so I don't want to ruin it, because some of it's actually stitched up.
Is that better than Turtles?
Yes. Just the comedy value in it is outstanding.
Uh-huh.
You wanted to watch it, did you?
I do want to watch it, yeah. I'm going to... It's on my list to give it a go at some point. So...
What about you, Stu? What have you been up to?
I have been mainly catching up on TV shows as much as I can.
Right.
Bit more iZombie.
Cool.
Been trying to catch up on Supergirl, but that's going a bit slowly at the moment. But I watched the Krampus movie.
All right.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That was quite funny. Reminded me a little bit of what's the easiest way to put it? But a little bit like Gremlins. It's the Krampus is like an anti-Santa Claus, but he has lots of little mischievous so it kind of plays out a little bit like the feel of Gremlins.
Okay.
And one of my friends, Alex Valderrama, he has been doing produced a pilot for a show called Losers, which is now available at the moment on Amazon Prime, but they're hoping will be picked up by either Netflix or something along those lines for a full series.
Is he paying you for that shameless plug?
He's not, no.
Maybe he should be.
It's good. I watched it the other day. It's a bit like a cross between The Big Bang Theory and Scott Pilgrim. It's geeky friends, but like they have a full on lightsaber battle with proper lightsabers during the pilot. And
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad. It's good. Yeah. He also does a web series, Nightwing Escalation, which I think is about its third season.
Has it got Nightwing in it?
It has.
So I'm fucking clever, me. Fucking clever.
But yeah, no, Losers.
Does he go up and down on a moving stairway?
No.
Oh, just wondered. Don't shake your head at me.
Always interrupting. Sorry, Stu.
But no, Losers is it's good. It's worth checking out. Obviously, it's the pilot, so it's done on a budget.
Okay.
But no, I found it funny. It's a bit more adult humour than.
Has he? Is there any indication whether it's going to get taken up?
I don't know yet. It only went up. It literally went up on. I think it was Monday night. It went up on.
Okay.
Yeah, you posted it on Facebook. You
Yeah.
said it's just gone up. Check it out. I remember.
What's it on?
It's on Amazon Prime at the moment.
I won't be fucking watching that then. Stupid non-tax-paying pricks. I'll download it. Don't tell your mate.
I'm sure it will be available somewhere else. But
Yes. Now that's cool. It's nice to see people that that we know doing stuff that's cool. And I'll be looking to check that out when it comes available on another platform. Or not. I have not been doing a great deal, to be fair. Been obviously very busy getting everything ready for the shop move. But I have read the first 2 copies of Hot Damn now, which is
did you think?
pretty fucking funny. I really quite like it. Yeah, it's good. I read the second issue of Two Girls, One Tank Girl, which is just fucking brilliant. It really is really good. Like you, I've been watching quite a bit of TV. Got quite far into iZombie now. I watched the first 3/4 of the first episode of Outcast before my wife told me to turn it off because it was too scary. Well, no, it wasn't too scary. There was other reasons, but it coincided with a bit where the guy was punching the shit out of the kid, which was a bit harsh.
I liked it. The first one. Well, not the kid being punched, obviously.
I'm into that kind of thing.
I like it.
Hell, Pete, move away.
Yeah. I liked it, but then I went to watch the second episode this week and I struggled with it.
Right, but you struggle with a lot of things. I think you have an attention deficit.
I could do. I was talking to Dan about it yesterday, and I was saying I think I'm a little bit like your wife Michelle. If it hasn't got any humour in it or much hope, I find myself switching off. Yeah, because I was the same with Preacher, which is a similar kind of feel to Outcast. It's very depressing.
That's unusual. I thought I haven't seen Preacher, but the comic and the trades, they've got quite a dark humour to them, so they're quite funny in places. So if the show's completely devoid of humour, I'd find that a bit weird. Maybe you just haven't got a sense of humour.
Maybe I haven't watched enough of it. I don't know, but
maybe you're just boring. I think that I mean, it was a shame with Outcast because I'm going to watch the rest of it, obviously. But Shell was saying, she works with kids that have been abused and stuff, so she was like, they have to tell me some horrendous stuff and I can't have these kind of images in my head when they're kind of telling me. It means I'll identify with it far too much. I obviously fully respect that. I have to respect that. She's earning and I'm not, so I have to respect her job because it's the only thing that's keeping a roof above our head at this moment. But even she was saying that she was actually really liking the show, and had it been a slightly different subject matter, then she would have really enjoyed it. And I have to say, I really liked the show as well. I thought it was excellently acted, well written, and it was creepy. You did get the kind of sense that, it was unnerving, I think is probably the best way of putting it. And that kid, fantastic little actor, really good. Have I been doing anything else? I'm up to date with Supergirl. No, other than that, I haven't really done a great deal. I've been keeping my eye on E3, but I'll go over that a little bit later on. So, Pete, I think we'll probably move straight on to this.
You're asking for a smack.
So, Pete.
Yes.
It's the time for you to shine. Let your inner soul glow.
Just going to put a sound effect in there.
I'm not going to do that.
No? Okay,
I'm just going to have you doing that because it's great.
Okay, well, obviously I posted the question out to you guys so you can all give us your answers as well. We've got 2 questions we're going to go through tonight.
Two whole questions. Are they from questions. 2 different people?
We're not going to go with Dan's what's your favourite reality TV show question.
No, we're not.
Well, no, because I don't really watch reality TV either, so...
Reality TV is bullshit. And anyone who wastes their fucking time...
Anyone who reality TV? I've got a window, I can just look outside and watch the world.
Anybody who wastes their time watching reality TV and thinking, one, that it's reality...
You don't have to answer this question,
No, I know, but I'm just gonna fucking
have a little bit of
my
section.
Yeah, wait. One, that it's reality, because it's not, because I know somebody who was on Storage Hunters. And 2, basically, it's a way to make cheap TV. And you, who've just been plugging your friend's TV show that he's obviously put a lot of effort into writing and everything, to then stand up for reality TV, which means people like him will be out of a job, and a lot of writers and creativity has been lost from television because of that fucking cheap-ass bullshit crap.
So reality TV is not real? So, like, Orange County Choppers... None of that storyline is real.
Well, not only...
Because my dad would be really upset with that.
I'm going to say Actually, I've got it on good authority of somebody who was contacted by storage hunters, celebrity storage hunters, and they were asked if they could put their product in one of the storage units. And a certain smiley black English chef opened the storage unit and had to pretend that he didn't know what was in there. And my friend said that he was bound by all sorts of non-disclosure agreements and he wasn't allowed to do anything and all this sort of shit. And it turned out that it was just completely made up. And they knew what was in each unit before they went in there. They just had to pretend that it was all fucking... So it's just a load of shit, basically. And also, Pimp My Ride have just been uncovered by a load of people coming out who were bound by timed non-disclosure agreements, and they've all been coming out going, half the stuff they put in your car, they take it out before they let you leave.
What?
Yeah. So they put a lot of the stuff they put in, they have to take out before you go.
Like a steering wheel?
Well, just all sorts of fucking shit. Like if they put DVD players or whatever in there, they take that sort of stuff out. And the guys were also saying that they make your car look shittier than it is when you first move in. Like, there was a guy who was quite fat, and he was going, they kept mentioning how fat I was. So they asked me what sort of food I liked, and I said I like Twinkies. And he said, so they bought hundreds of Twinkie wrappers and stuffed them all in the car to make them look like I did nothing but eat Twinkies. And he said, and then they put a fucking candy floss machine in my car and made me eat candy floss in my car to make it look like I was going, yeah, it's amazing.
I'm sorry, but your argument is invalid there. I'd love to have a candy floss maker.
Yeah, but they probably took it out again.
All right.
So,
bastards.
Anyway, sorry, I think I got carried away. Pete, it's your section.
So that question that we weren't even going to bring up has
now been answered.
Has now been answered. So Dan,
Yeah. So Dan, fuck off. Pete,
Dan's real question.
I don't think we should let Dan ask a question now. He's just adult question. What is his other question?
He asked 5 in total, and I had to whittle them down to
a good one.
To a good one. And then
As he
choose to put up the one I didn't want to.
Were they written in crayon?
Something was about toast, wasn't it?
No, that was a Red Dwarf reference. Tea cakes. But no, Dan's question was, what are your top 3 childhood cartoons or childhood shows? So your top 3.
Okay.
I thought that was a good one because we're all different ages. I mean, you're practically dead, you're middle-aged, and I'm young.
Don't quite know how to respond to that.
Well, don't interrupt me.
Don't start getting ideas above your station. You can be replaced.
By who? No, that's turned up.
The People's Dan.
The People's Dan.
And then I can punch him for bringing up fucking reality TV. So, Stu, go on then. Answer the question.
Oh,
It's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, come on, get with it.
Thundercats for definite.
Okay.
Yeah, Thundercats was
What about that?
was probably my favourite when I was one of my favourites when I was growing up. He-Man was my probably the earliest one that I can remember really watching quite a lot. Third one, there's quite a few that I used to watch.
Are we
quite a lot.
talking just cartoons? Does it?
No, childhood shows, what you
Just childhood
said.
shows in general. Well, to mix it up then, something a bit different, the A-Team. Used to watch that a lot
Good
when
show.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Every Saturday evening, afternoon, the A-Team was on. I used to sit and watch that. So
Yeah, I would say any of the kind of Glenn A. Larson sort of stuff. So my favourites, I would think, out of that sort of thing were Battlestar Galactica, and
Isn't that Mormon
Knight
propaganda?
Rider. Yeah, it is Mormon propaganda. You're right. That's why I'm a Mormon now. So I use it
different.
I use it as religious text. Cartoon wise, I used to really like Dungeons and Dragons, which was one that I always used to like. Except the one thing that used to pee me off about, funnily enough, there's always something in there. But all of those cartoons were all really cool, except for the one kind of cute character that had to be in every single fucking one.
like Snarf.
Snarf, Uni.
Uni, was that Ulysses?
No,
What was
that's no.
No, the little robot-y
Yeah.
type thing.
But Uni was the unicorn in
That's
fucking
right.
Dungeons and Dragons, which was the most annoying one out of all of them, which used to piss me off because I used to really like Dungeons and Dragons, and I'd be like, he gets almost killed in every episode, and you lot all fuck up trying to rescue him. Just let the fucker die. Oh,
Germany, Poland.
What the hell?
how there? What?
Poltergeist.
TV just turned itself on. I'm going to leave that in. Did you see what the score was?
0-0.
Oh, excellent. So, just wants to be loved, man.
What the hell's soccer popping up for?
Don't call it that. Other cartoons. Yeah, I liked He-Man. Transformers, obviously, was another one I really liked, so I'm sure that will please Dan. The Adventure Game.
What was that?
Yeah, what's
Wow,
that?
yes.
Was that in black and white?
Yeah, it was. No,
What
it
about
wasn't.
Impossible Mission?
Although, talking about black and white, Fireball XL5 used to be one of my favourites, and I used to watch the Flash Gordon Saturday morning ones that were all in black and white as well.
See,
but they were reruns, so this wasn't when they were on
My
original in the
earliest-
40s.
My earliest Flash Gordon memories would have been Defenders of the Earth. Or maybe the Sam Jones the Third movie, actually.
Yeah, the movie
Before.
was for me. It was first.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Adventure Game was kind of like it was weird. You had it was like a game show, like Night. Did you ever watch Nightmare?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, so it was like Nightmare for adults basically.
Okay.
And there was a talking plant in it, which didn't really talk. He just went like that, and
How'd it go?
like that.
That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, you can
like
spell
that.
it. I'll
All
write
right,
it.
okay.
So, and then you had to do it was set on some sort of space station thing, and you had to do various tasks, a bit like the Crystal Maze, but with no budget whatsoever. And so they'd have to do these tasks, and then it would end with like they'd be on this kind of platform thing that what's the best way? Like a trellis. Imagine a trellis that has been laid on its side.
Yep.
You'd walk along there, and then there'd be the vortex, which was like this blue wobbly piece of crap graphics, and that would move, and then you'd have to move one, and then that would move, and you wouldn't know where it was because you're obviously in the place, and it was on the screen, and it was shit, but everybody fucking loved it. I mean, everyone. So, yeah, I remember that, and I'm sure there's some old people out there listening to this who will remember it as well. I hope. I'm not the oldest one. That'd be weird. Doctor Who was another one I used to like when I was a kid. But when I was a kid, you see, you used to just whenever Doctor Who was on, you knew that you used to have to kind of hide behind the sofa because it was scary, and you'd have to ask the dog what was going on because you couldn't look at it. What else? I can't remember any other. Ulysses 31. That was
Ulysses was good. And Jason the Wheeled Warriors, which was by the same people.
Yeah, and Lost Cities of Gold, which was by
Yeah,
the same
Mysterious
people as
Cities of Gold.
well. Okay.
That was good.
They were only mysterious after they were lost. And is that the one with the golden phoenix in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Condor.
Yeah. Oh, the phoenix is from Battle of the Planets. Is that right?
Yeah, that was good as well.
Battle of the Planets is amazing. And Monkey. Monkey was another one of my favourites. You're looking at me like you've never heard half of these.
No, I've watched Monkey.
Monkey's amazing.
Have you watched
Although-
Mysterious Cities of Gold?
Yes.
Although Monkey's better as an adult than it was when I was a kid, because you only appreciate quite how much the people who did the voiceovers were actually taking the fucking piss with the script. And I've seen an interview with the guy that played Monkey, and he was like, yeah, they gave us kind of rough idea what was going on, and we just made it up as we went along, which makes it absolutely hilarious. Have you watched it since you've been an adult?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, you need to. I've got it on DVD, I think, somewhere. You have to watch it because it's so funny. There's a bit where Monkey pisses on Buddha's hand, which is absolutely brilliant.
Did you watch Pole Position?
Yep.
Pole Position was good.
Rent a Ghost.
Rent a Ghost.
You're so young, Pete.
Pete's younger than us. Pete's probably
Come on then,
like
Pete.
Brave Star and Bucky O'Hare.
My top three was the real Ghostbusters cartoon,
Oh, okay.
followed by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, the original ones. And
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Nice.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Fucking,
My top three is.
I don't. What?
I did watch other stuff as well, but I mean, I watched all of the, not all of them, but He-Man,
Brave Star.
Brave Star,
But you
Thundercat.
watched She-Ra.
She-Ra.
No, I didn't watch that one.
Secret of the Sword.
She-Ra and He-Man Christmas special.
Yeah.
That was badass.
Bucky O'Hare was wicked.
Yeah, Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Centurions.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim. Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was amazing. Oh, that reminds me. I managed to get that copy of Ren and Stimpy
Versus Spider-Man.
Powder Toast Man versus Spider-Man. And we will have a competition at some point in the near future for one of our listeners to win that copy. So,
What?
ooh.
Can't I get a chance to win it?
No, I'm afraid you're a member of the crew and terms and conditions stipulate that no one within the company can ever win a prize. Isn't that right, Stu?
Now they do.
Now they do.
Now they do.
Yeah. I can't think of any other ones, really. I think 18 was a good shout.
Definitely.
Oh, wait. One more.
Is it Automan?
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
MacGyver was like... Don't look at me like... You what? You know what MacGyver is.
MacGyver was like a one-man A-team.
He was like...
Is that what the MacGruber was about?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
MacGyver is the guy... what's his name?
Anderson is the actor in it.
Yeah.
From Stargate.
Yeah.
I can't think of his first name. Something is triple.
Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, Mr. Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Yay, you're a fucking star. Well done. Yeah, him.
You don't win anything, though.
No.
You win our adoration.
Maybe just throw a round of applause on the podcast one.
No.
You don't even win that. Sorry, Stu. You're not even worth a sound effect.
A sound effect?
Yeah.
A sound effect. So yeah, I think that answers Dan's 2 questions. What else did he ask? Anything interesting?
I can't remember now. I've actually gone onto Facebook and checking because I only wrote down the ones that I wanted to.
Okay. And what was the other question?
The other one was from Ben Mitch.
Ben Mitch?
Yep. And
Okay.
he asked, or he said, if your house was burning down and you could only save one of your comics from your collection, what comic would it be and why?
Well, we know which one he'd save. It'd be Helena, because he's got the naked cover on the front. Stu.
I find this very hard. I was having this discussion actually with Ben in the shop the other day. And,
He already knows your answer then.
He does, yeah.
This would be a bit of an anticlimactic fucking
Yeah.
section for him, wouldn't it?
when I was younger, I used to collect a lot of Marvel, and then I stopped reading for a while. And a lot of my early Marvel were like the Panini British books and stuff.
Yep.
But I did have a couple of key issues. I had Amazing Spider-Man 300, the first appearance of Venom. But when I stopped collecting, those books have gone missing for the moment. I'm hoping at some point they will turn back up again. So a lot of my collection at the moment is more modern books. So at the moment, it would probably be something that I've got signed, something like my Amazing Spider-Man 4 first appearance for Silk, because that's signed by Humberto Ramos and Dan Slott. So something along those lines probably would be my answer for the moment.
Cool.
Pete?
Well, me, it's one of sentimental value. And it's the one that my wife bought me for my 21st birthday. She bought me Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, Issue 50 from July 1967. The first appearance of Kingpin. And the cover, obviously, Spider-Man No More, loosely based on Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man 2 was loosely based on that storyline. So, out of all of my comics, that'd be the one I grabbed purely because it's the oldest one I've got, and for sentimental reasons.
Well, I'd let the fuckers burn. I ain't running back into a burning building to save a fucking book. What the fuck?
Well, no, you don't have. Let's just say that the comic box just catches fire next to you, and you're like, oh shit. You don't have to run back into a burning building. I mean,
If it catches fire next to me, I'll throw it out a window. Be like, get out of here, you fucking burning building car box thing.
just go with it, man.
I haven't got any comics.
You own a shop full of comics.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I
okay,
haven't
what's
got...
the most expensive comic you got in your shop that you would want to save?
There's some...
There you go. Your shop's burning down. You can save one comic.
Okay. I would probably Well, I have a few of the Alan Class comics. So they were the ones that British reprints of the original Marvel stuff. And I've got the one which is the first appearance of the Fantastic Four. I did have one with the first appearance of Iron Man, but I gave it to somebody very special to me today, so that's all right. They can have that because that's great. But if I was to choose any comic, it would probably be that one. It's not the most expensive one I've got, but it's probably the most collectible, most sought after. Obviously, with it being British, means it's not worth as much money as if it was an American version of it. But yeah, if I had to say one, you know, it's like choosing between your children. Who would you choose?
My favourite one.
I'd let them all burn, like I would my children.
Stuart arrested him and then punched him in the head like Outcast.
He loves doing that. He said.
I do.
Well, so
Do you want Dan's other questions?
no.
Dan's other questions are: given that God is infinite and the universe is also infinite, would you like a toasted tea cake?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. And his other one was: in your own opinion, what is the most significant event that had happened in the Marvel comic universe?
They went out of business.
It's probably a big one, isn't it? They sold their movie rights to other companies.
Yes.
They allowed the Fantastic Four movie to be made.
Well, I don't know. The most significant.
Is it comic?
Probably-
Is it comic storylines or just like
The most
Marvel event?
significant.
Because
The most significant one probably was Civil War 1. I think, and probably the best. I mean,
definitely
Infinity War and all the other bits and pieces. They haven't been quite as good
never
as
really matched
Civil
up
War.
to it.
No, I think. So there you go, Dan.
Yeah.
Shut up now. So Pete, that was amazing. Well done.
There are our two top choice questions this week. So
Excellent. I think we failed to answer them as we always do, which is great.
I think we did pretty well. Pretty well. Very good.
So let's move on then. Let's talk about E3, obviously, which is happening at the moment, or has happened. I think it's still going on. I think we've had most of the keynote speeches now. There's not been a great deal. A lot of people were expecting to see new hardware from both Sony, Microsoft and Nintendo. But Nintendo have said no, they're not showing their machine. Sony said that their new machine does exist, but they're not going to be showing it at this show. And Microsoft made a very strange announcement. First of all, they announced the Xbox One Slim and said that it's more powerful, but haven't really explained that it's not more powerful in any way whatsoever. It's just got better colour handling, so you'll get a brighter picture. Basically, it's not 4K or anything important.
Just turn the contrast up.
It does stream 4K video though, so you'll be able to watch Netflix 4K on it basically. And it's a bit smaller, which they always are in this
And it's white.
mid generation. Yeah, and it's white, so it won't match anything else in your front room, which is great. Then they announced a thing called Project Scorpio, which I still think sounds like something out of James Bond. Or as someone pointed out in the shop the other day, no, it's Hank Scorpio from
Simpsons.
From The Simpsons, yeah. Which is one of my favourite Simpsons episodes, actually.
Scorpio.
Yeah. That's just, every time I think about that episode, it's so funny. Mr. Hank Scorpio's the nicest guy in the world, but also a complete evil bastard. It's funny. And they've basically announced that this is going to be Microsoft's new machine, due to come out at the end of next year. So it's a really early. It's a very strange time to announce something that you've got no pictures of, and then they start talking about things like it does 6 teraflops. And as soon as they start talking about shit like that, you know, the marketing guys have gone, oh, let's just throw some fucking weird numbers around that everybody who doesn't work in the gaming industry will have no idea about. But because we're saying it in a very excited way, it means everyone will go, oh, that must be good then, 6 teraflops.
It just sounds like a gremlin falling over.
Well, or it sounds like the sort of thing I have after 6 pints of beer. So whatever, I mean, yes, and then they're all talking about upgradable hardware and moving on to a kind of more mobile phone type.
It's going to be a VR ready, isn't it? For VR gaming, apparently.
Yeah, and they're saying that it'll be true
4K.
4K gaming, which is bullshit. It won't be. Not in any way whatsoever will it be able to produce true 4K gaming, no matter what they say. Even the most powerful PCs at the moment can't do 4K gaming. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fucking stuff and nonsense and a lot of hot air blown by marketing guys and talk about teraflops and bit rates and all sorts of other shit. And in the end, they'll go, "Oh yeah, couldn't do any of that," but it's okay
Because it's white.
because no, the new one isn't white apparently.
Oh right.
We haven't seen the box yet. It's only the Xbox One Slim that's white.
But the rumours are it's going to have a price point of nearly £1,000.
Well, either that or they're moving over to like a mobile phone contract-based type thing where you will always be able to upgrade to the new machine, which
Could work.
Could work, but the whole point of having console, I mean, if you're going to spend £1,000 on an upgradable console, you must buy a fucking PC. The whole point of having a console is you don't have to worry about all that shit. You just buy it, you plug it in, you play it for a few years, then you buy the next one. But the main problem I see is that when they built the PS4 and the Xbox One, they didn't make them powerful enough. Then they were completely underpowered for what the generation needed, and using off-the-shelf hardware instead of proprietary hardware. Sony have always used proprietary hardware, so all of their machines have been built from the ground up from Sony. And this time they used NVIDIA graphics chips. Was it NVIDIA? Yeah, I think it was. Could have been the other one. Don't know. But anyway, they used off-the-shelf graphics chips, and it means that it's easier to program for people who are programming, but it's just underpowered. So that's why we're seeing these kind of new machines when they've suddenly gone, oh, actually, we've got all these wonderful VR things coming out. The machines we've got that aren't powerful enough to run them. So, in terms of software, the PS4 exclusive Spider-Man game I thought looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, I need to go buy PS4 now.
You do, it's true. Gutted. They might release a special PS4 that's got Spider-Man logos on it and stuff for the launch of the game, so you might be...
Just going to be throwing my money at Sony now.
Yep.
Now that Spider-Man's left Sony, I'm going to be fucking throwing all my money at it. Bastards.
The Mass Effect Andromeda looks pretty cool, I thought, but in general I've been kind of underwhelmed.
It's been a bit of a... There's not been really a lot announced, has there?
No, the new Zelda looked amazing. Really incredible. That was really quite...
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it looks great.
I just keep playing with the Spider-Man video over and over again.
I bet you do.
It looks fucking amazing.
Are you able to use YouTube with one hand?
Have you been shooting your web fluid?
Yeah, what he said. So yeah, it's been weird because I was expecting more announcements. I'm really keen to see what Nintendo are doing with this Project NX thing, and I was hoping to see a bit more about it at this show, but there's been no mention. Ubisoft have announced quite a few things, but their games always look amazing at E3, and when they come out, they don't look anything like it. And actually, there's some really interesting videos on YouTube where some guys put side-by-side comparisons with what with what the games look like at E3 and what they actually look like when they came out, and the difference is fucking staggering. You're just like, yeah, stop showing off shit that you blatantly can't produce. It's just ridiculous.
Did you see that they're doing a Batman Arkham virtual reality as well? That was a PS4 exclusive. I haven't really seen much about it.
Right.
I just keep seeing Batman's face crop up and it says Arkham Knight, and a little screen comes around his eyes with the VR.
There's Resident Evil 7 is going to be VR as well.
I saw that.
That could be quite interesting. And then Hideo Kojima's got a new game which stars what's his name? Reedus, is it?
Norman Reedus.
Oh yeah,
Norman Reedus, that's it. So it stars Norman Reedus and he is naked in the trailer, cuddling a baby and crying. But
What?
I don't know. If it was Stuart, he'd start punching it because he likes that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was punching it.
You're punching it.
That's why he was crying. That's why he was crying.
Yeah, I was punching it. Fucking hell. Yeah, so it's annoying because I really wanted to talk a lot about E3, but there actually isn't that much. I saw the Tekken 7 trailer looks kind of amazing, and I actually went back and compared. When I got my PS1, Tekken was one of the first games I played on my PS1, and I remember the intro to Tekken, and in my mind's eye, it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. Well, at the time,
The graphics
it was
visually
mind blowing.
outstanding.
Now, just out of, and I remember at the time thinking to myself, we will never ever play games with graphics that amazing, because the used to be called full motion video, didn't it? So they would pre-render the sequence using top of the range computers, record it, and then stick it on the disc. And I remember always thinking, well, we'll never. They're just. It's impossible. We'll ever be able to play games with graphics like that. So when I saw the gameplay trailer for Tekken 7, I thought I'm just going to go back and have a look at the intro to Tekken 1 to see how we've come on from. Oh my god, it's absolutely fucking shit. I was just like, wow. I mean, and it's Tomb Raider's 20th anniversary this year as well. So I went back and had a look through various renditions of Tomb Raider, and I went back to the bit in the very first game where you fight the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yep.
Holy crap. I mean, wow.
It's like watching Minecraft come through the TV.
It's just so rubbish. It's unbelievable. There's bits where the dinosaurs actually blending into the background where the collisions aren't working properly. And
the camera moves, and then suddenly the T-Rex disappears. You've just got two giant T-Rex legs just walking across the screen.
Yeah, and the body and the tail don't actually connect to each other. They're like just floating around in midair. And 20 years. It has moved on that much in 20 years.
That's crazy.
You know, I mean, the leap from the Amiga to the PS1 was probably the biggest leap we'll ever see in terms of wow, because it moved from everything being 2D or isometric 3D into proper 3D graphics. And we were all like, wow, it's like having an arcade game.
It was like everything just dropped dead, and then all of a sudden, bang, PlayStation 1, and it was...
It was just phenomenal. And so we'll only ever get kind of like better graphics now. We won't ever get that kind of game-changing leap from 2D to being able to create full 3D environments. But yeah, I suggest checking it out. Check out Tomb Raider 1 in comparison with the latest Tomb Raider, or compare it. If you compare it, in fact, with Uncharted 4, get an idea.
Wow.
There's a bit in Uncharted 4 actually where you play Crash Bandicoot, the very first Crash Bandicoot, and I was saying to my wife when we were playing it, I said, I'm surprised they haven't done a high definition upgraded version of Crash Bandicoot, because it is such a brilliant game. It was announced at E3 that they're going to do high definition upgrades of Crash Bandicoots 1, 2 and 3.
I really want to play it again. Ben at work's got it on a emulator type thing on his phone.
Right.
And he's got a control pad phone case. So he's playing Crash Bandicoot on his lunch.
Excellent.
Well jealous.
I really want them to do Jak and Daxter. Fucking love Jak and Daxter. The first Jak and Daxter was so brilliant. I really want Naughty Dog to pull it out. Pull your finger out your arse and do Jak and Daxter.
Abe's Odyssey.
Well, they've done that.
I don't know, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying games now at random.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
James Pond.
James Pond.
Robocod.
Robocod. James Bond 2. That was amazing. So yeah, that was E3. Underwhelmed, but never mind. We'll carry on buying their shit where every time they release it. I'm like, I'm not going to get an Xbox One this generation. Oh yes, I am. Because I'm a fucking mug.
I was so pissed off when I saw that Spider-Man video and it said PS4 exclusive. I was like, ugh!
Well, I mean, you do need a PS4 anyway, because you have to get Uncharted 4. If you're any kind of gamer and you don't own that game, you're a fucking twat. It's a bit harsh, maybe, but you're a fucking
not as
twat.
harsh as punching kids.
No, this is true. You should punch all the kids until they buy a PS4. Oh, you haven't even got a PS4.
I haven't.
You suckers. So, let's move on to any other business. Stu.
Rebirth. Some of the solo titles have started coming out.
Okay, I'll be perfectly honest, and I haven't read any of the ones after the first book. So,
And neither has Pete.
Yeah.
So you can fill us in. I'm
Quickly, spoiler free, and it ties in with Ben's other question that he posed, which is the best
Which is
Rebirth.
the best Rebirth title so far?
For me, so far, it's been The Flash.
right.
What I like about it is they don't all tie in with the Rebirth one shot, so you don't have to buy them all to carry on the story. It only really carries on that story from the characters you saw in that book, so Batman and The Flash, and then Titans as well, because it's Wally West in the Titans. Where the other books haven't really crossed over with that whole New 52 being created by someone that I won't mention in case people still haven't read the Rebirth. But The Flash is really good. Titans was kind of a filler book just to get it started, basically. Batman was good, but I was a bit confused with the ending. I haven't read I've got Wonder Woman, haven't read that yet, and I've got Superman, I haven't read that yet. Green Arrow was very good. Green Arrow is probably the best book after Flash.
Well, Green Arrow sold out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Completely and utterly. Sold 90,000 copies or something, they said, didn't they? Or was it 900,000 copies?
900,000, I think they said Green Arrow. It's really good. And I've got Green Arrow #1, which I picked up yesterday to read.
Right.
At some point this week. But yeah, no, so far I haven't read any that I've not really liked yet.
I mean, it has been an unmitigated success in terms of sales. I was a little bit worried about it coming out at the same time as Civil War 2. And also a little bit worried about people's reaction to it in terms of it being yet another reboot. But there's been actually some people who have been coming back to it who just ditched DC at New 52. So it's kind of done its job. You know, it's got people interested in DC again. It's got people talking about DC again. And I've got books on the pull list now from people who were either not bothered about DC or were strictly Batman or strictly The Flash or not many people were buying kind of cross a wide range of characters. So now they seem to be buying a lot of them all across. I think the lower price point has helped actually to bring, people instead of picking up one book will pick up two, and then pick them up again 2 weeks later. An amazing marketing. You see, clever. I really like the new logo. I really like the way the new books actually look as well. I think
books look pretty good actually.
Yeah,
and
the
I thought the
artwork's
logo was
really
going to
good.
look really crap. But it kind of
it's got a kind of retro feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like but yeah, I think they're doing well.
Well, they seem to have done as well across all the books that I've read so far. Is the artwork is very similar in every book, so it actually feels like you're reading one universe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's a very similar art style in Green Arrow than it is in Batman, the same as the Flash and Titans, and
that's cool. I mean,
I'm sure it might not stay like that, but
no, well, eventually I guess people will start to move away. But then I guess, we'll see from the second and third books, won't we? Because they're
different artists.
they're drawn by different people every other book.
Yeah.
So
because that's soon, isn't it? Issues 2's.
The first ones have started coming out now, the #1s. You had Rebirth, you had like Green Arrow Rebirth, now you've got Green Arrow #1.
So I think that it could... Yeah, I mean, if they can get some sort of continuity between the books, it also opens up the possibility, if they go kind of similar route to the way the TV shows have gone, that the books could cross over quite a lot, which encourages people to read as many of them as possible if they cross over quite a bit. I mean, and if they're all built in the same universe, then there's no reason why they couldn't cross over occasionally, So and actually have proper crossovers rather than just cheap tie-ins. You know what I mean? I mean, essentially, all these people are supposed to exist in the same universe, so they would meet each other. You wouldn't be kind of. It always makes me laugh with the TV shows. It's like, Arrow's fighting Damien Dark when he knows that he's got Constantine hanging about somewhere. He's got the woman with what's her name?
Vixen.
Oh, Vixen with the animals.
So he's got Vixen. He's got the Flash. Why don't you just phone them up and go, dudes, I need a hand here. This guy's a bit of a twat.
Yeah.
And the Flash could come and... I mean, the Flash could pretty much solve most of the problems that the Arrow has within about 30 seconds, couldn't he, really? Let's be honest.
Just pick him up, time jump, drop him on a different place, come back, done.
Well, take... he could pick up Arrow, run all the way to the island, just leave the fucker there. Then we would have to keep having flashbacks. He'd just stay there. Peter.
Yes. What section are we on?
Any other business, darling?
All right, okay. Civil War 2. Let's keep it with comics. I've been up to date on that one.
Okay. And?
Really enjoying it.
Yeah?
I don't want to give too much away, but I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next going forward. I've seen a couple of the previews, obviously trying to do the previews for the comics for the websites and the social pages. And next issue looks rather exciting because a particular character will be coming back.
Okay.
Oh.
Has
What's I haven't read any of the Civil War.
Okay.
Have we got what started this Civil War? What's the basis?
Have you read any of it?
No.
Okay. It's tied in with obviously the Inhumans and the Avengers. Basically, a individual becomes an Inhuman because of the gas that is pumped out around the world. He has the ability to see future events. He therefore intercepts certain images and bits and pieces or glimpses of the future. He then acts upon it with either the Inhumans or in one instance at the beginning of the book it is a global event and everyone joins in, but because he saw what was going to happen he stops it from happening with all of the Avengers and all the Doctor Strange and bits and pieces. Then the argument then becomes, well, fair enough, he spotted that event and we stopped it, the world's safe. But where do you draw the line with what he's predicting? If you predict he predicts that guy's going to go and kill someone and you stop that guy from killing someone, how do you not know that he was actually going to go through with it? Is that the guy that can predict the future, I can't remember his name, is Ulysses or something? Ulysses, I think it was. But yeah, if he can predict it, what's not to say that he doesn't already have some kind of a bias or prejudice built up in his mind of what's going to happen? And basically Tony Stark doesn't like it, whereas Captain Marvel... But I mean, he argues the fact that he does like the fact that he is very keen on developing the future and making products and bits and pieces, but one thing he doesn't like is interfering with the future in a certain respect, whereas Captain Marvel feels that if you have the ability to see the future and can prevent something from happening, should you not act upon it straight away? So there's a divide. It's already caused 2 deaths. 2 characters have died already in issue 2. No, issue 1, because issue 2's only just come out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the end of issue 1 you've already got...
Are you reading any of the other books?
Spider-Man.
There's a surprise.
Yep.
X-Men, did you read?
No, I haven't read X-Men.
Right, okay.
And you've got Kingpin.
Choosing Sides?
Yeah, Choosing Sides comes out next week, doesn't it? Number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because I was hoping just to get Civil War 2 storyline and then Spider-Man. But now reading it, I think I'm going to have to go pick up the rest. Bastards!
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
They're so cleverly tied in.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're all only short runs, though.
Yeah, but still...
I think they're all 6 books each, aren't they, if I remember rightly?
6 books. 6 books.
6 books each.
6 books each. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's well worth reading.
Yeah, I am going to... Well, probably when I move, I'm going to have to try and catch up with all these, but I've sold out of most of them by then, so... like I say, my time's been tied up, but I have read a few things. I mean, obviously I mentioned that I read Hot Damn 1 and 2 today, finally caught up with that. I read Wacky Raceland,
That was brilliant.
which actually is really
Better than I thought
cool.
it would be.
Which, for anyone out there who doesn't know, it's Hanna-Barbera are basically relaunching a lot of their old classic cartoons in comic form and putting a different twist on them. So Wacky Raceland is basically obviously Wacky Races, and it's like Wacky Races meets Tank Girl meets Mad Max, and all of the cars are sentient, and the person who does the voiceover is, what does he call himself? The announcer.
She calls it's a her, isn't it? I thought it was a her.
No, it was always a guy in the cartoon. Penelope Pitstop calls it. The announcer was always a guy. One of those cheesy American voiceover guys.
Yeah, voiceovers.
And so he's like an omnipotent god who's taken all these people out of the end of the world and putting them in this kind of death race thing. And if they survive the death race, they get slightly closer to utopia. But they're always fighting and getting drunk and all sorts. It's just really, really good, man. I was really impressed.
So does it have all the classic characters?
Every single one of them, and they've all got the cars. They've all got the cars that are all called the right things as well. Yeah, I really like that. So that's well worth checking out for anyone that hasn't read that. So because it's just a bit of fun and it's clever. I like it. They've also redone Johnny Quest, but with Future Quest, which is crossing over with people like Space Ghost and the Brack, and I can't remember who else was in there. There was loads of people in it, and that looks like it could be quite interesting as well. Have I read anything else recently? No, I don't think I have. It's not very good. I need to read more stuff. So I think that's probably just about our time up. Has there anyone got anything else they want to mention before we wrap up?
They today announced that Superman's been cast for Supergirl Series 2.
Okay, and
it's, I don't know how to pronounce his surname. It's like Tyler Hoechlin or something.
Tyler Hoechlin.
He's from Teen Wolf, the new TV show Teen Wolf, not the 80s Michael J. Fox.
That's a shame. That would have been cool.
So they've gone with a younger looking actor. So,
right. So everybody that wanted it to be the guy out of Smallville,
Tom Welling,
yeah. Totally didn't get their wish.
No,
but
they were never going to.
See my
they?
post.
Yes.
I think they should do it like you said. Bring back Christmas specials and shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They should do a big Arrow and Flash Supergirl crossover where they travel to Earth 4.
Right.
And it's actually the Earth set that was in Smallville. So you've got Tom Welling, you've got Pete, his best friend, and you've got the other Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenberg, what his name was, and have them do a Smallville Christmas special with.
But they are a bit old now, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but we've already had 10 years of Smallville where they grew up and they were
I suppose.
moving on with their lives. So you could quite easily just have Smallville.
You could have Stephen Amell bump into the Green Arrow from the Smallville universe.
Yeah.
You should write that, Pete.
You should.
You should.
Should
definitely. Yeah, go for it. Write it and send it to Stephen Amell.
I'm going to do that.
Do it.
I'm going to write to him and go, "Oi,
Steve.
my name's Pete. I haven't been stranded on the island for 5 years."
When I came back, I was messed up. And so I went back there once. And then I came back. And then I went back there again. Wait, this just seems like lazy script writing to me now. Well, I think that Christmas specials definitely need to happen more often. I mean, I know we're getting some massive Christmas special this year with a crossover of the 4 series that are on at the moment. But I really hope that it's a kind of proper Christmas special, not just a bumper episode. Something that's
so
just weird, like the whole of they all travel to a different Earth that's been inhabited by alien Santas or something fucking nuts. You know what I mean? That sort of shit.
Actually, Christmas themed as well.
Yeah, a proper like you used to get with Warehouse 13 and Town Called Eureka. That whatever happens that goes wrong at Christmas is actually Christmas themed.
And they all end up at the end of the episode sat around a table together eating Christmas dinner. Yeah. Laughing about what's gone on.
They should go to Christmas World, but every day is Christmas apart from Christmas Day, which is a normal day.
No.
No?
Maybe you shouldn't write that after all. I've
Well, no,
my mind.
that was just another idea. I'm still going to write it.
You're just like shooting the breeze, man.
I've got all these great things in my mind going off.
Someone
Things
kidnaps Santa Claus and have to go and save him.
Yeah. Didn't South Park do that?
Probably.
They did, didn't they? Didn't Santa get shot down by the Taliban? And Cartman had to go and rescue him. That was amazing.
What kind of a world do we live in where Eric Cartman is your only hope?
But yeah, well, good on Cartman. Oh, and they announced a new South Park game at the E3 this year as well, didn't they? Which is good because not Bigger, Longer, and that was the film. What was it called?
Stick of
Truth. Yeah, awesome, absolutely fucking awesome, that game. Anyway, let's leave it there. We've clocked up an hour or so.
Cool.
We were interrupted by the people downstairs, by the ice cream van,
At the Germany football game.
and the TV turning itself on, going, "You lot are boring. I'm going to entertain myself." So, thank you very much for coming again, guys.
No, you're welcome.
We shall reconvene when Stuart is married.
Yes.
Yes.
So, congratulations, Stuart.
What are you going to do to celebrate? Punch some kids.
Yep.
He's going to have some kids and then punch them. And then... I'm just thinking, hope nobody from Child Services is listening to this. That'd be weird.
I'm just concerned that he asked to babysit for me.
So, yeah, congratulations and good luck getting married.
Thank you.
And by the time we have our next podcast, you'll be married. I'll have a new shop. And it'll all be lovely and different and weird. And we'll still be as boring as we always have been.
Yeah, I'm just going to be me. How depressing is that?
Well, that is pretty depressing. I couldn't imagine how depressing that is.
Might have a new haircut.
Get a skinhead like
For all
me,
the
Stu.
viewers.
For all the viewers. So, thank you very much.
No
And
worries.
good night.
Good night.
Yeah, coincided with a bit where the guy was punching the shit out of the kid, which was a bit harsh.
I liked it.